I don't know if anyone's going to be here because this was just a very last minute live. I'm just going to, quite a bit's changed with the software that I'm using. So I'm just going to have a look, show comments on stage. We'll make it. And I'm just going to, okay. So hopefully I can see some comments as well. So I'm just going to wait a minute or two and just see if one or two people come in. Like I said, I don't think many people are going to come in today because I didn't give you guys much notice, but I thought, just move my light here a bit. I just thought this morning would be a good opportunity just to catch up with everyone. I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks. So I'm just seeing if anyone else is here, I'm not sure whether they are, but if they are, if you can just pop in and say hello. I just want to see if the comments are showing properly or not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've actually got a coffee in front of me, so I'm going to keep drinking that. And I'm going to put on some sunscreen because that needs to sit just for a few minutes before I put on any primer. Oh, yes. I thought I would do Victoria Beckham because I wasn't quite sure. I've got some new makeup and things like that, but I thought today it's easier just to stick with Victoria Beckham. So I'm just putting some sunscreen on. I already have this morning a few hours ago, but I better put some more on just before I put on my primer and that. So I'm going to put this on and let that sit for a few minutes and see who else rolls in. We've got Lauren here. We've got Jackie. Oh, Jackie. Hi, Maria. I'm from the UK. So the comments should be showing on your screen as well. Now, another new thing with the StreamYard is that you can view this in landscape, or if you're on your mobile phone, there's two separate ones going at once, and you can also view it on your mobile phone in portrait mode as well. So I'm not quite sure how all that works, but that's how I've set it up. So we'll see how it goes. Well, quite a few people are popping in. I didn't know whether they would because how long did I give you? 20 minutes notice or half an hour notice or something like that. So I just put my sunscreen on, the Can Make one that I use all the time, and I'm just going to let that sit just for a couple of minutes. And I would if I could, but I can't bring Annie up from the paddock to show you on camera. If I would, I could. Someone from France. Let's put some comments up while I'm just letting this sunscreen sit. So hi, it's quite a few people. Come on. From San Francisco. How's the weather in San Francisco? Probably getting cold. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Jackie in the UK. I suppose it's getting cold in the UK as well. Hi. Where is your fluff ball? I don't know. I don't know where Margot is. She'll be sleeping somewhere, Lauren. She's not in this room, though, which is probably a good thing. Gosh, there's people from all around the world. It's great. Isn't it great? This is where YouTube is just fantastic. You can connect with so many people from just all around the world. It always just stuns me. It's raining. Okay, it's cloudy here. It's quite warm. I have got my trusty little fan that I haven't got on yet, but I imagine it's going to get warm in here fairly quickly. So just checking my microphone. I've got a separate microphone way up here, but you can hear me okay, everyone? Looks like it's a little bit far away, but it should be okay. Greetings from snowy Vermont. Gosh, it's just so hard to believe. Mind you, I talk to Lauren a lot, and I suppose you guys on the other side of the world think it's weird that we have Christmas when it's really hot. Oh, good. It's good. Yeah, it just looks a little bit far away, but sometimes maybe I have it too close sometimes. We're just getting over Storm Claudia. What a storm that was. Whereabouts were you, Jackie? I'm just having a look. Oh, UK. So was it rain and wind, or wouldn't be snow yet in the UK, would it? I don't think. I don't know. I'm surprised that so I've got 9 people in here at the moment. Also, if you can thumbs up the live, that would be really good. And everything, I say this in my videos, but everything that I'm putting on my face today, it is listed and linked below. And that didn't really work, but there was going to be a QR code that I was going to try, because I'm just practicing with this different stuff on here. Let me have a look. If I go there, show. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There's a QR code. So that just takes you to the new Victoria Beckham eyeliner. So that's all working good. So I'll just hide that again. Now I've lost comments. I've just got to find comments. Here we go. Right, I'm just trying to find my way. I'm just trying to find my way around. Yep, you see it? That's good. Yeah, I had to go in. I uploaded it. It's pretty easy to do, but then it was still, I just had to press something because to show instead of hide or something like that. Okay, how's my hair looking? I didn't do too much with it today, so that's why I just put it up. I'm going to sneeze, I think. I'll try and suppress it. High winds and terrible flooding in most parts of England and Wales. I haven't seen anything on the news here. Often they do show things from, especially in the UK and that, but I haven't really seen. Mind you, I didn't watch the news last night, so yeah, that does sound horrible. No, we were quite lucky this winter. I mean, it's really warm weather now. It's been actually very hot the last few days, but our winter was actually pretty good. Nothing too major or radical. And of course, it doesn't snow it does in one part of the North Island where I live. There's a North Island and South Island. In the South Island, it does snow. In the North Island, it does, but that's about, it's in just a small area. It's Ruapehu area, which is take about 3.5 hours to get here from where I live. Hi, how are you? Hi. So happy to catch you live. Well, I haven't done a live for months and months, and because I am still going to do some videos, but I thought just to catch up with everyone that I would do a live. It's just a little bit easier because I don't have to do any editing, so it just makes things a little bit easier. That's not right. Easier. Okay. I'm going to put on some primer. I've got the Chanel one. I have got a Victoria Beckham one that was gifted to me probably a couple of years ago now, but it's quite emollient. And because I'm going to be using the Victoria Beckham Beauty, the new foundation in this live, then I just want a primer that just mattifies a bit. I'll just bring this up. I was just looking at the newborn photo of your baby. So if anyone doesn't know, I have her on Instagram, and also I did a community post as well. So my sheep, I've got, how many have I got? 6 of them, 4 of them. Well, I've got 5 now. So one of them, Mabel, she's a Swiss Valet black nose, and it was last week. Yeah, she had a little lamb, and I've named her Annie, and she is the cutest little thing. Cutest little thing. She is just precious. Yes, she is. And her mum, Mabel, is doing a fantastic job as well. So that's really good. Although I can easily pick Annie up. And you say I was sitting down in the paddock. I had Annie, and she just curled up on my lap, and she was just chilling there for a good 10 minutes. Mabel, her mum, was starting to stress a bit and make sound. She couldn't find her, and I was like, well, she's right here, mate. But she just wanted her off my lap, so didn't want to stress mum out too much. Yes, so I've got the 5 girls, including Annie now, and I've got 2 boys, and I had been the last couple of days, I had separated them initially once Annie was born, because the boys can be a little bit of, what's the word? They can just be boys, a little bit of bullies. When just after she was born, a few hours after that, one of them, Gerald, went up and was starting to bunt her, and she was only a few hours old. And I said to my husband, I said, no, I'll separate them for a little while, and then the last couple of days during the day I let them all mix together in the different paddocks, and then at night I separate them out again, so just the girls and the boys. And the other girls are just fantastic around Annie. They're all like little fussy aunties. It's really good. I could talk about sheep forever. People are probably like, be quiet, Maria. Yes, so the other girls are called, we have got Mabel as her mum. Then we've got Bertha, who is her grandmother. Bertha's actually Annie's grandmother. She's Mabel's mum. And then we've got Matilda and Georgiana. And the boys are Gerald and Charlie. That's rude. No, I love it when I talk about sheep. Right, I will chat more to them if you want to ask me some more questions, as much as I can. This is the first time that I've owned sheep. I grew up on a dairy farm, but it was dairy cows. Never had sheep. My dad wouldn't let me get a pet lamb, so this is the first time. So there has been quite a lot to learn, but they're doing really well. Okay, Victoria Beckham. What are these called? The foundation drops? I don't know. She hasn't got the wording on here. And this is in shade number 4 light. So that's what I'm going to put on today. And this is a really beautiful foundation. I did wear it the other day. I wanted to see how this would cope in warm weather. So I did powder it with the Chanel Natural Finish Loose powder, and I'll do that again today. But it actually wore a lot better than I thought it was, because it is pretty emollient, this foundation. So just put a little bit on. My hand's pretty runny. And I'll use one of the Victoria Beckham brushes to put this on. Just put on the left side of my face first. And I keep missing the comments. I love sheep. Our neighbours have them. The lambs are so darling. They are. So funny thing too with lambs is that they don't really walk anywhere. What they do is they sort of bounce everywhere and hop. It's really, really cute. I do have shade 4. Someone's just asking, do I have shade 4? This is the one that I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look. Yes, this is shade 4. This one. So it doesn't really, I mean, I wear sunscreen all the time, all year round, and especially even more, or I put on more during the day as the day goes on. My skin doesn't really change colour from summer to winter. We are shade twins, so we'll get whatever colour you use. Yeah. This is, yep, shade 4. And it was initially when this first came out, and I wasn't too sure which shade to get. And I ended up with this one, and I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a really good shade match. And I think a few people weren't too sure what shade to get either. But I think it's, because it's more of a serum foundation, maybe they're a little bit more stretchy too, the shades. That's the best, the hopping. Yes, the hopping is just so cute. She's so cute. My husband says, stop picking her up. And I was like, no, I want to. Like, the other girls are more friendlier than when they first came here. They're actually really good. but I want to make it so Annie's even more friendly. So I'm going to make her be, I'm going to make her be friendly. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in my eyes as well. Just what's left of my brush. I'm not adding any more. Just a little bit more through here. And then last week I also decided to get laser for the sunspot here, and it has faded, but I'm going to have to go probably a couple more times. But she also did a few around here, and they have definitely faded. It's just that this one was really dark, and it doesn't last forever. It lasts probably a couple of years because the UV damage penetrates right deep into the skin from all that sunbathing I did in the 80s and 90s, and then it just comes back to the surface. And I also got Botox last week as well because I hadn't had it for a year, and I wanted to use some skincare tools without Botox because really it fades after 6 months. So it was nearly a year, and after about 8 to 10 months after not having Botox, I started to use the skincare tools, especially the Zip one, just to see how effective it was. It's still really good, and I'll use it even though now I've got Botox, but I just wanted to see what it was like without having Botox in my face as well. My mum got my daughter Sienna a stuffed animal lamb when she was younger, and she named it Lammy and took it everywhere with her for years. Oh, that's so cute. Little Lammy. What was that little lamb? That was America. Was that America or British? American. Lamb chops. The little lamb chops. Was her name Sherry? Oh, I can't remember. It's years ago. I'm showing my age. I think, was that American or was that British? I can't remember. Oh, loving the sounds of the birds in the background. Yeah, I've got the windows open, so yeah, they can be quite loud. I sort of don't hear them because I'm used to them. Okay, well that looks pretty good. I'm not going to add any more. It doesn't really build up too much. Probably light towards medium, but I quite like it like this. I quite like that natural look. American, oh heck, lamb chop. Here we go. Oh, first of all, before that, Lauren, I'll just go to the other comment. Lammy was from New Zealand, actually, when my mum went on a trip to New Zealand. Well, we have a lot of them here. Lamb chop. American. Okay. The woman was Sherry. Oh, that's right. So I got that right. Sherry Lewis. Yeah, my skin is looking pretty good at the moment. After I had the laser, I just went to very, very basic skincare for about 3 days. And then the last few days, I've just gone back to using retinol at night. But yeah, it's looking good. And I'm quite pleased that it's just getting so dark that this, what do they call it, pigmentation here, and can't really cover it. I have got this. It covers it a little bit, and sometimes I put it on. Often, once I've got foundation on, it doesn't bother me too much. But I do have this Kevin Aquan color correcting thing. And this shade here is quite good. I'll put on a little bit now. I just put a little bit on using my concealer brush. It's pretty pigmented stuff, so I'm just going to tap. It doesn't hide it completely, though. Actually, I'll put a little bit on using my finger. But it just sort of softens it a bit more than anything. Well, thank you, Lauren. Sometimes it's better some days than others. Me and Lauren talk a lot over video call. My dog has a stuffed little lamb named Lammy. Everyone calls their little lamb's Lammy. He's had so when I had my other Newfoundland Solomon, we got him a lamb chop, a big one, big lamb chop, soft toy, and he loved it. Which laser did you get? Is it Genesis laser? I think. It doesn't hurt. It's like a little flick each time, but it doesn't hurt. It's not like that thing that I got last year on my neck and chest. Was that last year? I got BBL and Moxie on my neck and chest, and I can't remember which one it was, but one of them was quite painful. It was like they were rubbing slowly sandpaper up and down your neck and chest. It was pretty painful, that one. But this wasn't painful. It does. It is a really beautiful foundation, and I wish she probably won't, because I think she likes products that are more emollient, Victoria Beckham Beauty, but it would be good if later on she did bring one out that was probably, I think this looks really good, but I'd also love, especially for these warmer months with woolly skin, it would be really good if she had something that was more, I don't want a matte, because I don't really like matte foundation. I'm really fussy. I can't be pleased. No, but a soft matte, something that isn't quite as emollient as this would be absolutely perfect for me. I've never had laser, so just wondering. So there's different, there are lots of different sorts, and this one doesn't hurt at all. And you more jump because there's a flash when it goes. So she counts down 3, 2, 1, and then goes. And then, but it's just a second and it's done. And it doesn't hurt afterwards or anything like that. It was just that other thing that I got done last year. And then I've also had microdermabrasion. And the first time I got it done, they didn't put any numbing cream on, because they don't do that here in New Zealand unless you ask. I didn't know that they offered it, and that was painful. Okay, right. I will powder my face in a minute. I don't have a bronzer with me. I don't know whether I'll wear bronzer, though. I don't wear bronzer all the time. I don't know. What I will do, actually, first, I do have one of these new La Mer. What are they called? Like a lip balm. I've got it in, this is just a clear one, and I've also got one in rosy as well. I got 2 of them, and the packaging is just gorgeous. Hopefully it's not too shiny. Let me turn this down, my lamp, a little bit. There we go. The packaging is gorgeous. It should be. They're not cheap. So I'll just pop this one on. And it's really nice. And actually, if you've tried the La Mer, the lip balm that came in that little container, if you tried that, I think these are just like that, and they smell just like that, and they taste exactly the same as well. Oh, yeah, that's for the no numbing cream. In America, they talk you into numbing cream, which is great. Now, here they don't mention it. And it was a different woman that did it than does the Botox. So that was, it must have been early last year. And so I had, it might have been the year before. And then I had that, it might have been the year before for microdermabrasion. And then I went to the lady that does my Botox. She's really nice. And I said to her, boy, I had that microdermabrasion, and that blooming hurts without numbing cream. She said, God, yeah. She said, make sure they have it. She said, so ask. She said, you put it on and then you wait about 20 minutes. She said, it still hurt, but it wasn't, it took, sort of takes the edge off the numbing cream. Yeah, the La Mer balms are, they're nice. So let me grab, so this one's just clear. And this one is in rosy, so I will swatch that. This one's actually really pretty. So let's have a look. Turn that down. There we go. And that's rosy. So that's actually really pretty. And I think they have about 4 shades altogether. So there's 2 other shades in this one. But it's really nice. And it feels nice on the lips. It's not like a plumping, so it doesn't feel tingly or it doesn't hurt or anything like that. It just feels super moisturizing on. Oh, they give you numbing cream, so you can put it on before. Don't do that here. Because the next time, I think I booked in, I said, oh, no, I'm going to get the numbing cream. And she was like, oh, okay then. She said, well, you're going to have to come in, you know, whatever it was, 20 minutes or half an hour earlier or something. I was like, yes, well, that's what I'm going to do. So she said, well, some people find it ticklish. I'm like, I can't imagine that. Right, I'm going to put on the Victoria Beckham concealer. Just do a few clicks. This one's probably not too far off finishing off this one, but I have got a backup because I love this concealer. I think this concealer is really, really good. I love it. The rosy one, yep, the rosy one is pretty. I was gonna, well, I can put it on once if you remind me once I do before I put, because I've got Victoria Beckham lipstick, but I can put that one on and show you. I could probably put it on now and show you actually. That's what I'll do. Once I've done my concealer, I'll put it on. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. Which shade concealer? It is L. I'm pretty sure it is L2. So I think that's what I did on the site. I think did they ask us I can't remember on your site, but that's how I matched it. I decided to go, I think it's if you wear L2 or whatever shade in concealer, then I think there's a guide as to which foundation shade you should have. And I think that's what I ended up. Or did I do that? And I thought, no, that's going to be too dark. Oh, I can't remember now. But anyway, I've got L2 for the concealer and number 4 for the foundation, and they match perfectly. So I'm really happy with it. I didn't get into the Dior stick blushes. I like the powder. I'm still trying to figure out the blush filters. What do you mean by the blush filters? I like the Dior because also Charlotte Tilbury came out with some the blush sticks as well, and I do prefer the Dior ones over the Charlotte Tilbury. I think the Charlotte Tilbury are more glowy. So I think the Dior ones suit my oily skin a little bit better. So I'm not quite sure. What do you mean by the blush filters? I'm not too sure what you mean. Oh, but the Dior, the powders are beautiful. Yeah, they are really good. I think they are blurring. Oh, it's actually what I should. Actually, I can do that in the next live. I did a Dior video on the holiday with the cooler palette, but I've also got the warmer palette now. I've had that for 2 or 3 weeks, 3 weeks probably. And also it would be a really warm look because I've got that Quint, and then I've got the red blush and one of the lipsticks that went with it as well. So I probably should either do a video or maybe do it on a live. Oh, the Dior liquid blush filter. Right. Okay. Have you got the blush filters and you're not too sure how to use them, or you're just not too sure about them before buying them? So I'm just going to use the Victoria Beckham eyebrow pencil. I've only got 2. I've got the Victoria Beckham and the Chanel micro one. These are the ones that I use all the time, and this is probably about my third one, I think, I've purchased since she came out with them. I like the Glowy Dual blush sticks, but I only got them one of the matte ones. It's blurring, but not long lasting like the glowy ones. Yeah, the glowy ones actually are quite surprisingly, you know, especially if you've got oily skin. Sometimes your skin can sort of eat the blushes a bit, but they are really good. I also like, I wore it yesterday. I'm not going to wear it today. I've got just one of her sticks, but I also got the water blush that she came out with in coral, and they last. They're like a stain, and they last. They are gorgeous. They're much better than I thought they were going to be, and it only comes in a small bottle, and I don't think I've got it here in front of me. I haven't, but yeah, they last for ages, and you only need a tiny amount, and I think they're just beautiful. Hi. Oh, yes, I don't know how to use them, but I got two. So with those, there's a few different ways. You can just probably, you can just put stuff with one dot, because they're fairly pigmented, depending on what shade you get, one dot. And if you're not too sure, if you haven't got a brush like the Sonia G one, which is great for ones like that, this is a sheer buffer, and you can just buff that out. You could also, I think, you can use your fingers, but if you're not confident using your fingers, then a beauty blender also does a really good job with blushes. I was going to use a beauty blender today, but I do like the Victoria Beckham brush. But sometimes if it's really warm, I like to use a beauty blender, and once it's damp and the water's squeezed out, then I put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes, and then I use it, and then it's really nice and cold. I like doing that. Look at everyone just chatting to everyone here. This is good. This is great. Right, what am I up to? Okay, done eyes. I better use my Benefit brow gel. They also, I love this, and they also have, which I have, oh God, I'm not even using it properly. They also have it. What video was I watching? It was quite a while ago, and they use the one, and it's a wax. I don't know. I've never used it. I quite like the gel because it doesn't feel crunchy. I don't know what the wax is like. Has anyone tried the Benefit wax, the brow wax thing, whatever it's called? Okay, I'm going to set under my eyes. Just press that concealer in, and I'm going to use the Tom Ford for under my eyes, and I just use my finger. I don't know, for me, putting powder under my eyes is the best way, is using my finger. The tiniest amount, it sets it without it looking cakey. I just find it works the best. And something, I've mentioned this heaps of times in my videos, but something like this, it's got hyaluronic acid in it. It doesn't work. I mean, it looks lovely on my face, but it doesn't last very well because I've got oily skin. But for under my eyes, something like this is perfect, because you don't want your under eyes to be dry before you put anything on. That's why, when I've got oily skin, I put on about 2 different eye creams. I put my sunscreen on under there, which is really moisturizing. So under my eyes, I am super moisturized before I put on any concealer. Oh, you do have the Sonia G Sheer Buffer. Going to try again today. Yeah. So try using that and see what you think, because this, I've got a couple of these. I've got this one, and I've also got one in the travel size, and it is just fantastic for anything like that with a cream blush, liquid. It's really good. Yeah, it is. It's really good. Right, I don't have bronzer. Shall I use a bronzer or not? Because I don't use a bronzer every single day. I don't know whether to or not. I'll put on some powder. I'm going to use the Chanel one, of course. It is my favorite. And I think I'll put it on. I've got my Mer brush here, which I love, but I think I will put it on using my puff today. I think that would be, and just press it in just to really set it. No bronzer necessary. No, I don't think so either. I mean, sometimes when I do, it's pretty sheer anyway. And I do have Victoria Beckham, the bronzing brick, but it's actually still in the drawer. I think I've got shade 2 and 3, and I like the shade 2 is the one that I use more. No, I don't think you need to use bronzer all the time. I watched a TikTok the other day, and it was this makeup artist. And what did she call it? She used 4 or 5 products. A resting rich face. That's what she called it. So her really wealthy clients just like the absolute bare minimum of makeup. And she did the video, and I used a few, and I didn't have the products that I think she's got her own makeup line. So I just used the products that I had, and it is very minimal. It's more minimal than, but she said that's how a lot of her rich clients, and even the young girls that are super wealthy, that's how they like it. It's like a barely there. And I think she used, it was either 4 or 5 products, but man, that was like hardly any makeup at all. I mean, I like minimal natural makeup, but it's almost like they had nothing. I mean, it looked nice. It did look nice, but I like my eyes to stand out just that little bit more if I can. Didn't use bronzer today. You forgot. Yes, of course you did. All right. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think for me, like people go that really bronze look, and I tend to keep it fairly sheer. I mean, I like a hint of warmth, but not too overdone, so like it's screaming that you've got bronzer on. Maybe too minimal. It was minimal. I should do it in a live and see what you think. But they didn't even use a mascara, so they used a mascara, but instead she just used a little brush and swiped it across in just the very base of the lashes. No eyeliner. And I think for the blush, she just used it on her eye, just the one shot. I mean, it was really minimal. I was going to say, I usually simply forget bronzer. Yeah. I was talking to Lauren about it in the last month. There's been twice now. I'm like, I've put on eye makeup, and then I think it doesn't. It's wrong. And I've forgotten to put on mascara, and I have really light lashes. So gone all day without wearing mascara. I have to wear mascara. I just have to. I don't have to wear a ton of it, but I need to darken up my lashes. Otherwise, it just adds, for me, it just helps. I haven't got eyelashes like brooms. My husband and my son have them. They've got these long, dark eyelashes like brooms, but I haven't. I've got these little light-colored lashes. Like a hint of warmth also, not bronze, gold, goddess, unless I'm on vacation or something. Yeah, but different if you're on vacation. Then why bother? Well, I think it's just I don't think they even had foundation on it. You've got to think, well, what makeup did they wear? It wasn't, I think they even used foundation. She used it, she did use a bronzer and put it through here, around here, a very natural looking one though, just to give that really healthy look. And then there was a concealer, like a highlight through here, and blended all that out. I think it's really just to make your skin look perfected, but really people wouldn't know you're wearing makeup, but just to make your skin look, I think that's what it is. But I think if I was going to do that look again, I would use, especially with something like the Chanel, the Water Fresh tint, because that is really like wearing no foundation as well, but yet it evens things out that little bit more. Now I want to see this video. You might want to see mine, because mine didn't quite, I don't think it looked like hers really. It looked a bit odd, but I've had times when I look at my eye makeup and something is wrong, but I can't quite figure it out to realize that I forgot mascara. I've considered yes, I know. I've only been, I think, a couple of times. It's only happened a couple of times if I've gone out and I don't keep mascara in my makeup bag, in my handbag. So I would race to, like, you guys in America that call them drugstore, like I would race to somewhere like that and buy a, can't think of the brand, be a Maybelline. There's nothing wrong with that. And I would buy just a cheap mascara and put it on because I need mascara. God, it's already nearly 11 o'clock. I better get cracking with my makeup. I'm chatting too much. Okay, so I think this is the one, Victoria Beckham. This is in the shade Victoria. And I was actually showing this to Lauren the other day because this is the one that you've just purchased, hey, Lauren. And they can be, I think some people are saying, well, they can be quite dark. But I made it, now I don't know whether I'll copy that look because I can't quite remember what I did. But I made it so that it wasn't too dark at all. It actually looked really pretty. So I'll try and do that again today. So my rèphr number 14. And I'll start off with the shade here. And I'm just going to, they got a bit of kick up, these shadows, because they're pretty soft. So I'm just going to, so I am going to keep this look fairly, well, as soft as I can. I don't want it too dark and I don't want a lot of eye makeup on, because really for my makeup, even when I go out, I don't wear a ton of makeup. I just don't. There's some videos I do where I put on more makeup than I normally would, but I usually keep it fairly simple. Okay, it's starting to get hot in here. I need to turn my fan on. One moment, please. That's better. Okay. That's better. It's only a small fan, but it really helps at just circulating that air around and just keeping me a little bit cooler. Comments are going fast. Hi. The number 14 is my favorite eye brush. Yes, it is. I love it. And I have two. And I think pretty soon I'm going to order from rèphr. They did gift me, and they have gifted me some more brushes that are coming soon as well, but not my favorite number 14. But I'm going to get a couple more because then I'll always have a clean one. I don't know, there's something about it. It's the right fluffiness. It's the right size for my eyes, and it blends out beautifully. There's just something about it I just love. I mean, I use a lot of different brushes, but that one I use a lot in particular. And now mine, it's a great brush. It's a great brush. What are my favorite Victoria Beckham brushes? Okay, so I didn't buy any of the brushes that were double-ended because I keep my brushes, they're in front of me, in either like Jo Malone vases, or diptyque ones, like This has got my mascaras and things in it in front of me here. So I keep them in that. So I hold my brushes up like that. I don't like to lay them down. So here's another one. And I've got a few over there. And they're all like Boutique or Jo Malone. So I haven't got any of the double-ended ones. So I love, this is the powder brush. I used the puff today. But if I need to go over again, if I remember, I'll use this one. This is their powder brush. What number is this one? Number 15, and of course this one, which I use for foundation. And I have got one of her eyeshadow brushes, and this one is super fluffy. So if you want to, when you initially put on eyeshadow and then blend it all out, that's really good. But they're the only ones I think that I've got, and only because I don't really like double-ended brushes, which is a shame. So maybe she might release some more that aren't double-ended. Just got Tom Ford Olive Smoke. It's gorgeous. Yeah, no, that is pretty. I've got that. It is really, really pretty. I have extras of the brushes too. Well, the thing with the rèphr brushes is that, I mean, they are, I think for, you know, natural hair, they are a really, really good price point. Right, I'm just going to put some of that same shadow just underneath my eye a bit as well. No, stick the brush in my eye like I sometimes do. Okay, and just make sure I've got enough shadow on. This eye sits a bit lower than that eye, so I've got to try and keep them even. What's that noise? I don't know, something get on the road somewhere. The road's quite a long way from here, but anyway. Yeah, and now Reuben, my Newfoundland, he's barking out the back. So that was some strange noise. Just make sure I'm just having a look on my camera because we're up on a hill and then down below we have a camera. So just want to make sure that, no, it's not here. So do you see on here too, I also made my little watermark. See, it's got Margot on there with Nars Eye Beauty around. She's wearing a pearl necklace. I made that a while ago, but it's the first time I've actually used it. Okay. Now, what else did I use? So I think, let me see. That's pretty dark, this shadow. So I think what I'll do, I think I just went and used that one there, that shade. I'm going to use the same brush. Of course I am. Just put this in the outer corner. And just a little bit. I don't want to take it too far up. I've had comments, not a lot. People are really good actually with my videos and commenting. Some guys, you don't take it up far enough. But I mean, the thing is, it's not, I don't often or hardly ever take my makeup right up under here. It's just not how I wear my makeup. So I don't think there's much point in doing videos showing makeup if putting it on a certain way, if that's not really how I wear it. I don't know, it's typical New Zealand, typical Kiwis, you know, just keep everything a bit more subtle. And even the amount that people might think I wear quite a minimal amount, it's actually quite a lot of makeup for a New Zealander. I only searched it. What was that for? I'm losing track. Yeah, the buffing brush it's really good. Yep. I think, and it also washes. I've washed this quite a few times now, and it also washes up really well. Right, I think I'm caught up to the comments now. Okay, I did bring out, in case I wanted to lighten things up, one of her, I'll see how I go, I probably won't, one of her lid lusters, and this is in the shade Chiffon, and this is really pretty. So if I just wanted to lighten it up or add a little bit of sparkle, I've got that out, but we'll see how we go. Okay, and then just for the rest, I'm going back into this shade here, and I'm going to put that through here because I just want to keep it really light. So the thing is with this palette, you don't have to go super dark. I mean, you could really smoke it up, and especially for the evening or something, but you can keep it lighter if you want to. You don't have to go all out with it at all. And then I'll just grab my clean brush that I can't find. Actually, I could probably use the Victoria Beckham one because it's clean. Because I can't find my other one, and just blend it out. See, I think this is really soft, and it's pretty good for a blush to blend things out gently on me. Is a good, because when you get older, you know, your skin moves around, but when I'm using this and blending it around, skin doesn't move too much. It blends the product without really pushing the skin around. So I think that's a sign of a good brush as well. Well, I think these are really good. Like I said, if you want to add a little bit of sparkle, or actually my eyeshadow's not even, let me even it up a little bit. If you just want to add a little bit of sparkle, they're really good. And there used to be, I don't think she has it anymore. It used to be in this one in the shade, I think it was called Blonde. And that used to, and that was really light, but I don't think she has it anymore. I've still got it, but I don't think she has it anymore. Okay, I'm also now going to put a little bit of that deep shade just on my lower lash line as well. So is Thanksgiving for you guys this week or next week? Because we don't have that here. So in America, so isn't it the last Thursday in November? I'm not sure. I love tea rose, chiffon, and mink. Actually, I haven't got mink. I don't think. And that rhymes. Okay. Actually, let's put on chiffon. I think I will. I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle. Let's do it. Let's put on chiffon. I haven't used it for ages. So, just grab this. Actually, which brush shall I use? I'll use this other one, this other rèphr one. This is the rèphr 28. And I will put that through here. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Actually, that goes really well with it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, that is pretty. So I'll just do some eyeliner. Okay, so now we've got the, this is my, oh, actually, this is my absolute favorite, although I love this new shade, Cocoa Pavé, the new one that she's got out. But this is the other one that I use on, and you can tell because how small it's gotten. So this one is Smoky Quartz. So I absolutely love Smoky Quartz. But this one is Cocoa Pavé, and it's got this little sparkle in it. It's actually really, really pretty. but it's subtle. It's not too much. Let me turn this down. So it's really, really pretty. Really pretty shade. So actually, let me get a thing. What's it called? A makeup remover thing, which I don't use unless it's only for swatches. I don't use these on my face. But let me just put that somewhere where it's not going to get in the way. Now, one thing I really love the Victoria Beckham eyeliners, but I find sometimes because they once they're on, they stay on, but initially they're quite soft. So I only really want to put on a pretty small amount. So I'm going to take a rèphr number 29 brush, and this is teeny tiny, and just swipe it over the shadow. Now, I also used this the other day when I first got it. I used it as a shadow all through here, and then put a lighter color just through here, and that worked really well. Using it as a shadow as well. So I'm just using a tiny amount. Now, there are a lot of people that can tight line. I'm not one of those people. I can't. I have quite a big reflex. I just have to go the tiniest bit, I don't know, underneath my lash or something, and then I have this huge reflex, and I end up making a big mess. So sometimes I find it just easier putting on with a brush. But, you know, you just do it how you want to do it. See, even then, I just about had that blink, and I don't know, I'm just weird when it comes to things that are too close to my eyes or lashes or something. I don't know, something goes a bit weird. Now, I haven't got a Victoria Beckham mascara. I'm not a fan of them, actually. I don't know. There's something about them. I mean, they're not a fail or anything, but there's other ones that I prefer. So, and I have tried a couple of them, and they're okay, but they're not. I just don't think they're amazing. But then that's just me. I think mascaras, though, is a very personal thing. Depends what size brush you want. It depends what you want it to do. So I never do just a sole review on a mascara, because I think that's quite a hard thing to do. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of this eyeliner on my lower lash line, but just a tiny amount, like hardly touching. Like just like a whisper. Oh, I forgot to take some. I will. It'll still defrost. I'm just thinking about it. My son's coming over later tonight, so for tea. So I need to take some steak out of the fridge. So I need to do that. Right, mascara. Which mascara am I going to use? I'm going to use a Jones Road one. This is coming towards its end. I might have had a bit longer than 3 months. Usually I just keep a mascara for 3 months, but I am going to get another one. This one I like the size of the brush. It's more, I spoke about in my video as well, the Bobbi Brown one. Is it called the Smoky something mascara? This might be getting towards the end of its life, this one. But the Smoky Cool, I used to love that years ago. I used to wear that all the time. So I thought, oh yeah, I imagine that her mascaras are going to be pretty good. And it is. It doesn't flake or transfer, and it is really black. But I go pretty easy with it though. One, because I don't want to make a mess of it while I'm doing this live. That often happens with my mascaras. I'll just finish putting this on, and then I'll have a look at these comments. It's a bit hard to do both. Does anyone wear false eyelashes? I've tried it a handful of times. I am not good at it. And I like quite natural ones. So it just adds like a little bit of length and a little bit of volume, especially to the outer corner. And probably 1 or 2 times I actually was able to do it. It looked really good, but no, I gave up. I thought, no, I'm not adding that. I'm not adding that into my makeup routine. It's just ridiculous. Oh, dinner. Oh, tea. Did I say tea? Yeah. Yes, I do mean dinner. We sometimes call it dinner. Sometimes we call it tea. Yeah. What other things do I say, Lauren, that don't other people aren't too sure about? I think one thing we say, there's a few things I'm trying to remember of different things we say. So if I say that I'm going for a tramp, that means which I don't do. But I mean, if I'm going to go for a tramp, I think that is just a New Zealand saying. That means you're going for a hike. So if you hear a New Zealander say, I've just been for a tramp, then they mean that they've just been for a hike. So I think that's solely to New Zealand. There's heaps of different sayings though. Heaps? I'm not sure. Okay. I have a whole drawer of single eyeshadows. It's insane. Yes, I know what you mean. I need to do a little bit of a clean out. Yeah, it was slow for you, the Victoria Beckham. I mean, I got mine really quick. I think mine comes from Victoria Beckham, comes from Europe. So I'm not sure. I have blonde. Oh, hi, Joanna. I didn't see you here. I've been missing the comments. I've just been too busy putting on my makeup and chatting about random things. I haven't bought any Lisa Eldridge for a while. What other thing did I see a TikTok video on the other day? They weren't quite sure. I think it's an American that's just moved to New Zealand. And they said, is that true that you guys call a cooler a chili bin? And yep, that's what we call coolers, things to keep food cooling when you go out. We call them chili bins. And in Australia, if I'm right, if Joanna's still listening, they call them eskies, I think, over there. They call them. But here we call them chili bins. Oh, I never worn them. Yeah, like I said, I've tried a handful of times, but I just sort of gave up. Okay, so I'm going to use one of her blush sticks, and this is in the shade Major. So I'm actually going to sweep the brush over it and put it on that way. Oh, it's a pretty shade. Let me get my hair out of the way for a sec. Here we go. Okay, that's better. I'm kind of a Kiwi. How is the baby? The baby is good. She is good. I was talking about her at the beginning of this live. Little Annie, little Annakins, the Lamekins. She is good. Tell them about flip-flops. We call them jandals. Yeah, we don't call, no, they're called jandals. I mean, there's heaps of different things that we say differently. So Is that enough? Can you actually see it on the? Sometimes I don't think you can see quite on the. I'm probably going to end up with too much. I can always add some foundation over the top, but no, I think that's pretty good. Okay, that'll do. I don't want to get too carried away. And I've also got her highlighter as well, so I'm going to put on that. And I'm just going to put that on using my finger because it's subtle. It's not sticky. It's actually a really pretty highlighter. If you like subtle, then this is definitely something you would like, and without it being sticky, it's just very, very pretty. And again, packaging is lovely too. Love smoky quartz. Enjoying the live. Yep, and Eski. Yep, no, it's right. And so duvet inners, we just call them duvet inners. I think you do in America as well. In Australia, they call them dooners. That's I really like, yes, they are very pretty. And she's got really pretty shades too. I actually bought one of, and because I'm going to use one of her, just the usual posh lipsticks, but I actually bought one a while ago because I've got 5 of them, and a really bright orange because I do like an orange lipstick. I probably won't use that today though, but I haven't tried them yet, but I got the water tint one. It's nice. Yeah, the water tints are lovely. They're really, really nice. I want to come and hug and kiss the baby. Yeah, that blush is nice. It's a neutral pink. I've got a few of them, but this one is pretty. And it always goes nice with brown too, I think, a pink. It always looks really pretty. Love the highlighter. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful highlighter. I've talked to her a lot, yes. Often still I'll come out and say something and Lauren's still not quite sure what I'm talking about. So I have to explain it to her. Have you tried the Byredo lipstick Maria? I've got one. No, I haven't. No. I don't think I've tried any because aren't they weirdly shaped? And I always think, where am I going to store that? I've got so many lipsticks. It's crazy. It's just craziness. Yes, the highlighter is because you can just see it's got that beautiful, healthy highlight, but it's nothing screaming to you that your blushes have a highlight on. So I always talk about subtle, that I like subtle, but especially with a highlight, I think it just looks pretty. You just keep it subtle and pretty. Less is more, I think. That was about Annie, how I talked to you. Oh, right. I got the Sand Dance, like a perfect nude. It came out for holiday. The formula is amazing. Oh, this is the Byredo. I don't think... I've caught up to the comments now, so that's good. Right, where is my lip pencil? There it is. Right. This is shade Victoria Beckham one, shade number 2. Now, I don't get filler in my lips. I don't think I need to, and I'm sort of I would be actually a little bit frightened too, actually. Okay, the lipstick is in, oh, I was going to show you that Lamia one. Why didn't I do that? Okay, I'll do that now. I'll take it off. So the 2 Lamia lip balms that I've got, got on the, it's no color whatsoever. And this is in the shade Rosy. So I'll put Rosy on and show you, and then I'll take it off and put on the, so that is Rosy. I think it's a really, really pretty shade. I'll just, if you've ever tried, look, I'm just looking. If you've ever tried, I've got the lip balm, the La Mer one, that comes in just like that, and you pop it on your lips. These are, I don't know because I haven't checked the ingredients side by side, but the taste of them and the feel of it feels just like this. So if you have tried that and like this, then you'll love these because these are a lot more practical to use as well. I think the shade Rosy is really, really pretty. Really pretty. I probably should have linked that in my description box, and I haven't. That looks, yeah, I think it's a really, it's definitely me type of shade. It's not too dark. It's just pretty. It's got that hint of pink in it as well. And they have a lovely gloss to them, but not overly glossy. They're really lovely, but they are pricey. Goes nice with the pencil. It does. I'm going to take it off in a minute and put on my the lipstick that I got out, the Victoria Beckham one. But I just wanted to show you the La Mer. Okay, where's my wipe? So I'll grab that. And then I've got to put some perfume on too. Okay, I do that. I've got that. I've got a new, well, not new really. It's been around forever, but I just bought it a while ago. Oh, leave it. It looks good. No, Lauren, I'm going to put it on Victoria. They've seen the La Mer. Now I'm going to go and put on the Victoria Beckham again now. This is Victoria Beckham makeup. Okay, let's get the pencil again. Okay. I'm actually going to put on 2 Victoria Beckham products. So I'm going to put on this one. This is one for the Slimline lipsticks. Now, I think this is the shade Pout, I think. Is it? I can't see. One moment, please. I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm getting old. Right. It is, yeah, it's in the shade, that is in the shade Pout. Yeah. It's better. And over the top, I'm going to put on one of the glosses. This is in, oh my God, I'll put my glasses back on again. I'm pretty sure this is Bikini. Yeah, it's Bikini. So, which pencil shade? Oh, sorry, 2. Now, I did get last year, I think they're gone, but I highly recommend if she, was it last year or earlier this year, she released the 3. So shade 2 has always been around, but there's also a shade 1 and a 3. And shade 1 is just, I don't think you can get it now, but it's just gorgeous. So if she ever releases them again and you like her lip liners, I do recommend getting them. Now I forgot what I was going to do. Right, lip gloss, that's right. So this is Bikini. I think I've had this lip gloss about 3 years, and I think I need to replace it. So it's got a bit of a clay smell to it. Not clay, is it clay or plasticine smell? So I think I need to replace that. But I do, but I love the shade of the Bikini. But it is getting up to about 3 years old now, I think. Okay, so for the perfume, this is, a lot of people either like this. I know, Lauren, you don't. Some people love it, and I used to wear it all the time, and I talked about it in one of my videos, how I was going to get it, and I did. It's the Christmas edition, the Chanel No. 5. I haven't opened it yet, so I'll just hold it up. Just turn this down, otherwise you can't see. Look at the packaging, how pretty it is. Look how nice that is. I am a sucker for packaging. So it's just, and that's just the sleeve. So, and then we've got I've got a little, oh, don't knock my coffee over. Be a disaster. Okay, I've got my little knife here. We'll just, me and knives. Right, just undo it. I'll spray some of that on. Right, let me have a look at some of these while I shade 2. Yep, that's right. Yes, I know you like your husband, Sir David. Yes. I think that's good to do. Sorry, it's very crinkly, isn't it? It's probably very loud on the, let's put that in the bin. So let's open this up. I thought when I first read that, Lauren, I thought you meant my husband. But I know you like Tony as well, right? And there, of course, it's just in the classic bottle, and I don't spray on my neck because I have that pocoderma, that red neck that people have, and fragrance is not good for it. So I'm just going to spray it on my wrists and over my clothes and on my jeans and over this. Oh my God, it smells so good. But yeah, it's definitely a perfume either you love or you don't, but I love it. I think it's beautiful and classic, and I think it's gorgeous. I saw David's, but I didn't see Victoria's yet. I still haven't seen Victoria. I started watching a mini series last night, and it was late last night. Is it something about the Beast within the Beast? Something, I don't know. There's that woman, the actor, she starred in Homeland. She's really good at playing a super stressed person. She's really good at that. And so I watched one episode, then I said to my husband this morning, I think you're going to like this. So anyway, it looks quite good. I can't remember what it's called, The Beast Within or something. Does anyone know what the Victoria Beckham Beauty lip balms are like? Yes, I do. I have one. I have it in pink. They are really lovely on. They're a typical balm. You know, they're not going to last for a long, long time, so you have to keep reapplying it. I think there's 3 shades, or she got more now, and they look beautiful on. The only thing with them, and I really like the packaging too, it's all in white, but the only thing is that you twist them up, but I'm pretty sure it's with hers you can't twist them back down again. So you just make sure you twist it up to what you just need and put it on. Don't keep twisting it up, because I'm pretty sure you can't twist it back down again. That's the only thing. Oh my God, look how many comments I'm missing. I like Tony. He's cool. Oh, was that number 5? Sorry. Yeah. That. Yes, the purse sprays are really lovely that they bring out. I've got it in one purse spray. Actually, I think it's behind me here. There. A little blurry in the background, but that's a purse spray, and that's a Chanel number 5 Lou, because I really like that as well. You just got some today? Yeah, it's definitely a perfume that I think it's just classic, but there's, you know, some people that don't like it, which is fine. Non-retractable. Yes, that's the word. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to, I'm nearly done. I'm just going to pop on a little bit more powder, because so I don't, and I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham brush for that. Just a little bit more. I've got a little bit in the lid here. So I'm just going to just buff that on. See, I just don't think you need to wear, if you don't, just if you see others put on a lot of makeup, but you're not comfortable with that, I don't think you need to put on a lot of makeup to have a really, really lovely look. I mean, this is the type of makeup that I wear every day. And there might, and really I do wear makeup nearly every single day, because I love putting it on. I love the transformation that makeup gives. But you don't need to wear a lot to get that transformation. Okay, I think we're at the end of this. I've been going for an hour and a quarter, longer than that. So it's a bit longer than I anticipated, but I'm really pleased with everyone that came in. Sorry it was so last minute, but I've been a bit busy the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted to do this just to do a catch up. And then tomorrow I'm going to record hopefully at least a couple of videos. And I also want to, and I don't know when it will actually go up, whether I'll leave it till December, but I would like to do a couple of declutter videos as well. I was talking to Lauren about it, I desperately need to declutter my blushes because there's some that are just past their due date. The only problem I've got with that is I'll start filming it and go to swatch it and think, oh no, I actually quite like that, and keep it. And I'll end up just being reorganizing my blush drawers instead of decluttering. Well, thank you, and thanks everyone for being here. So I will love you and leave you, and I really enjoy these lives, so I must do more of them. But thank you everyone for coming. Have a nice evening wherever you are, or day, depending on where you live in the world, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye.